Welcome to the Elevating La Cultura podcast, a space where I talk with Latinas who are passionate about what they do and are willing to share that passion with others to change the narrative, especially for the next generation. Each season is centered around different topics, but all with a Latina perspective. Welcome to Season 8, where we will talk all things corporate and higher education. I'm so excited to share these powerful stories. So vámonos, and let's get into it. Hola! I hope everyone had a good and restful weekend enjoying amazing meals with friends and family. I'm coming in today with a little mini episode because when things don't work out as planned, we have to pivot to plan B or C or even D. And that's what happened to me this week, and that's okay. We had a little cancellation in the recording schedule, so instead of rushing to push episodes out and move up the schedule, I thought, let me just share my own little story about the weekend. So, for me, this weekend, I chilled all the way out. My husband had a work trip and was out of the country for 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks. So it was me holding everything down. And thankfully, everything went as smoothly as it could go. However, this last week, I was so tired. And I took some much needed time to just chill out. My sister had the family over to make tamales, and it was just a really nice time. It had been a while since I've made tamales with other people, and it was just so nice to be able to do this big process together. And it went by quicker than when I do it myself. And I like this analogy when thinking about business. You know, you could definitely do it alone, but when you have your family gathered and you're sharing stories and laughing, making tamales together is always better. It's the same when building your business. I found that when I got together with my Jefa community, it was more fun to plan, to dream, and to do the work that I might otherwise procrastinate on. It's easy to just keep going and going in your business, but when you take time to reflect and reset, you can actually make strategic plans for the future. I know that I've said this before, but we're not meant to do things alone. We aren't meant to keep spinning the wheels at a high velocity with no reset. Now, this is a concept that I've had to work through a lot. As a first-gen eldest child, I wore independence like it was a badge of honor. I didn't need anyone to tell me nothing. And if anyone tried to help, they couldn't because they didn't know how to do it the way I did it, which was always, the best way. But I should say this was before I had kids. This was in my college and school years and early in my marriage. And for real, this is how I thought. And I always worked, always. Like, I didn't like taking a break. And when I transitioned into entrepreneurship, I worked all the time, whenever I could. I would either be working in my business or doing what I could to learn about business and my skill. Even now, it's hard for me to take a break. But all of that led me right into burnout to the max. If you know, you know. Burnout ain't it. So, in the 13 years of building a business, I've found so much value when it comes to taking a break at the end of the year and seeing what worked, what didn't, celebrating what I accomplished, and planning what I want to accomplish in the next year. And I think it was in 2021 or at the end of 2020 when I truly implemented this in my business. I mean, we all kind of took a collective break in 2020 and took time to reassess our values and pivot. But now we're entering 2024 with some more grounding, some more knowledge, some more preparation, and these are all the things to continue to build. So I'm not about gatekeeping information. Everything I share is what I've done in my life and in my business, and the things I share are what I wish someone told me or helped me through. Many of the things that I learned the hard way or spent too much money on. And now I'm like, okay, if I can help or make it easier for someone else, why not? I mean, many of us are first, second, or third generation here in the US. And the ones who immigrated started from nothing. So now, as second or third generation, we have more knowledge that we can pass on. We can create networks. We can share our expertise and create more opportunity for ourselves and for each other. We got to help each other out and represent. So let's do this together. And that is exactly why I created the Showing Up Latina in Business Mentorship Program, and why I want to invite you to the Showing Up Latina Planeando con Strategy Workshop. So, te invito to join us on Zoom. The replay will be available December 13th, starting at 6 p.m. Central. We're going to get all up in your business, assess what all went down in 2023, and set a good plan for 2024 that includes some time to rest. It's going to be a 3-hour session, but I'm making it fun. So grab a drink. I'm going to have some music playing. Get your chips and salsa, your popcorn, because we're going to get to work. 2024 is going to be here before we know it. Like, for real, in a few weeks. And I want us to make sure that we're going into it excited and ready. So let's close out the year together. I'm cheering you on. Grab your ticket, get all the info on the website, elevatinglacultura.com/planeando workshop. Or if you just go to the homepage, elevatinglacultura.com, you'll see it there. And click the link, grab your ticket. Prices increase on Friday, December 1st, so make sure you're getting your ticket before then. We only have a few more episodes to this season, and the next few conversations are going to be so good, and I can't wait to share them. All right, thank you so much for listening to this little mini episode, this little plan B in my scheduling. And there will be a new episode next Tuesday. So after you listen, take a screenshot, post on Instagram, tag at Elevating La Cultura, or send me a DM. You can also comment on this YouTube video if you're watching online. I always like to hear from people and how they resonate with the stories that I share, even if they're about tamales. So leave a review on Apple Podcasts so we can get more ears listening to these stories and we can continue elevating la cultura. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening. Y nos vemos next week. Bye.